How you doing, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to MechWarrior Online with Scout. In today's video, we're going to continue our look at mechs with strong house identities outside of House Karita, which is what I normally cover. And this time we're going to be taking a look at the Cataphract, pride of House Lao, and the Capellan Confederation Armed Forces. As usual, I'm going to show you guys 3 different builds on 3 different variants in the event that you're trying to master it before the February patch. And I'm also going to give you guys the history of the mech, which is actually kind of interesting because the 3 variants that I happen to like on this mech actually kind of fall into chronological order. So we're going to kick it all off here with the Cataphract 1X, which you can see before you on the screen here, done up in a Buccaneer paint scheme because, well, by 3058 you're not going to find any Cataphract 1Xs in house military. So plus I think it looks cool. I like that fract the sphere right there. So taking a look at this thing's hardpoint and quirk summary, you can see the 1X has 1 ballistic hardpoint and 5 energy hardpoints as long as an AMS. It's got some nice acceleration, deceleration, mobility quirks, some good structure quirks, some really nice ballistic quirks. It's unfortunate it's only got 1 ballistic hardpoint, and some energy quirks and 1 specific one for laser duration. Diving into the mech lab, you can see that I really haven't made too many changes to my old Cataphract 1X. You got to remember this is an old level 1 3025 mech, and because it's old, I have some parcels to it. It's an era of BattleTech that I really like, so I just wanted to upgrade it for MechWarrior Online. As you can see, I've installed the mandatory endo steel and double heat sinks, and other than that, I pretty much left the thing alone. I did upgrade the PPC to an ER PPC and toyed with the armor a little bit, but I found that this thing runs pretty doggone well just the way it is. Now, front end mech stock and near stock is not your really cup of tea. You might consider an EC20 and some medium lasers, or a Gauss rifle and some medium lasers, or maybe using these hard mounts here to do some large lasers in a Gauss or an EC20. But this is the way I like mine. I like it, and I think it runs very well. Now, modules, while we still have them, this thing doesn't get any bonus modules, so I recommend you run radar deprivation for your mech module. I use my 2 weapon modules to improve my AC-10. I chose both the range and the cooldown module for that. And then once you get it mastered, I would recommend you throw in this seismic sensor. So other than that, not a lot to this mech. It's very simple, very easy to run, and it looks pretty nice, if I do say so myself. So let's get into the gameplay, and I'll show you guys how this thing runs.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright, Alpine Peaks. That's good because it'll give me a chance to explain to you guys the history a little bit behind the Cataphract and why I don't so much like the mech as I find it very intriguing. And why is that? Well, the Cataphract is actually one of, if not the very first original design following the fall of the Star League. Pretty much all the other mechs, Warhammer, Marauder, everything up until like 3050, all those mechs were originally designed way back in like 2700s. And not only is it an original design post Star League, but of all places it came out of House Lao. And why is that? Well, what you have to understand is that heavy mechs were really the power on the battlefield back then, and the large majority of those were Warhammers and Marauders. Those were your real powerhouses. There just weren't that many assault mechs, although obviously they were overpowering when they were around. And well, House Lao never had a great deal of Marauders and Warhammers. And then complicating that, in 2828, Duchess Ilsalau took all the Marauders and Warhammers practically in the Capellan Confederation, and she put them into Barton's battalion of McCarran's Armored Cavalry and sent them off rampaging across the Inner Sphere until they came to a bad end, trapped in a valley and outranged by a bunch of riflemen and archers that tore them up. Fortunately, they were able to escape. So she got some of those riflemen and Warhammers back, but not very many. So by the early 3020s, just before the start of the Fourth Secession War, House Lao is desperate for heavy mechs that can actually maintain. Because obviously, not only do you have to buy the thing and produce it, but you actually have to maintain it, which was a real problem. So they designed the Cataphract actually from parts of the Marauder and the Phoenix Hawk and the Shadow Hawk. And if you look at the original art for the Cataphract, you can see that in the drawings. The legs are very clearly Marauder legs. the right arm is very clearly a Marauder's right arm. And so yeah, that's why I think this is a really interesting mech in that it's one of the first original mechs ever built after the fall of the Star League, and of all places, it came from House Lao. I think it would have been very successful, but unfortunately, the Forced Secession War kicked off in 3028. This thing only went into production roughly 3025, although it's not even in the 3025 TRO. And well, we all know how that goes. The Federated Suns actually captures ticking off where this thing is produced, and well, you end up with a Cataphract 3D, and it's not until like 3032 that the Capellans finally get up the means to produce their own Cataphracts again. We come up here on Moron Mountains to see what they were doing, and sure enough, they're pushing this way a little bit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use this hill to our left. We're going to try to right side peek, just get the PVC and the autocannon over. And I think we should be able to get some decent damage done at this range, at the very least with the PVC, and hopefully slow them down until the rest of my team gets here, because if they don't get up that hill quickly, this could be a problem. Putting some good damage on this guy here. There we go. That's what we like to see. Want to see a bunch of dead mechs on that slope coming up to our mountain here. Abuse this guy a little bit. It's starting to get a little bit difficult to get the autocannon in. He's getting too close. We'll have to just use the PVC. Atlas is veering off. Put some damage on this guy. I would prefer really they stayed out there, even though it's not quite an effective range for the autocannon. I can hit them. As you guys noticed, when that Atlas got up under me, I couldn't depress anymore. So they're actually kind of playing into our hands by stalling and not moving forward. Another example where being passive actually costs you more than it gains you. You see we started to get some backup from the team off to our right. You're starting to see more and more fire. That's the team coming up the hill. I don't think we need to do anything right now, really. We just need to hold what we got. I think we're in a pretty good position here, as long as they keep trying to force that corner. So I'm just going to chill here. Keep taking shots as I... Oh, wait a minute. Got problems up here. I saw that. What was it? I didn't quite catch what it was. I tried to target it, but between turning the mech and everything. Is that a hunchback? What are you doing? Oh, it's a hunchback 2C. I was going to say, how did he get up here? Need to kill this guy if I can. There we go. I was going to say, we definitely want to get that kill while we've got the opportunity, but I tried to minimize my exposure up there on the top. Took a little bit of damage, but not too bad. And now they're finally getting brave and pushing. And see, now this is a problem because I can't get my autocannon low enough. I see you there, Mr. Phoenix Hawk. Go bother someone else. Ow. And I think he finally realized that I was not on his team. There's a lot of them right here. Hi. I thought he was lower than that. I thought we wouldn't be able to hit him with the autocannon, but he came up, so we're going to keep abusing him here until he goes away. Ouch. Starting to take a little more damage than I want to. Center torso is open. Let's see if I can maybe reposition and get into the second line and let somebody else come up here and take this spot. Really start taking some of the heat. Now we get fire behind us. LRMs. Nah. I kind of want to go after that guy because he's isolated, but I'll probably get picked apart. Yeah, look at that. Has he got any friends back here, though? That would be good to know if he does.
Target spotted.
Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I was going to try to peek him, but do some damage, see if he's got friends, but I think that's too big of a risk. Let's just go back here. He's a stalker, so he'll be out there. Oh, hello. Somebody's got to go do something about this guy. I got armor on my left side. I can get over here. Call for some help. Let's jump on this isolated mad cat. Ow. Come on, guys. We need to get this guy off our back so we can focus up
Missile.
on the guys on the ramp. Surprised him. He didn't expect me coming this way. Yeah, see, now he's having depression problems too. It's difficult to fight on this uneven terrain. Come on back up. There we go. Pop him some more. We go under him.
Critical damage.
Team's finally starting to get some real good damage into this guy. Did he just jump off? Is he trying to get away? Just, we can hit him with the PPC right here. See, he's having problems.
Missile.
I'm getting shot in the back. Need to move a little bit. Take that and that. I wish this guy died already. And we'll use the arm again. There we go. Pick up a second kill.
Target acquired.
And let's see. Got guys everywhere. Need to try to get low. About to go down if I'm not very careful. What we got left? There's that guy. Is that the same Phoenix Hawk I was abusing earlier?
Target acquired.
Take that. Look out, bud.
Critical.
He's down. What we got left?
Target acquired. New target acquired.
One guy out there. I don't want to go mess with that stalker. Not unless I get a lot of help. Oh, I do have a lot of help down there. Well, what's this way? We can go get that guy. These guys will move.
Need assistance. So there's blackjack.
Come on. Get him. Ready, get him. There you go. Now we'll come around. We'll pitch in on this guy. Take that. Oh, I think I hit the snowbank. Ooh, maybe we can sneak a kill in. Maybe.
Target destroyed.
Ah. Still, it was a good game. I feel like we did real well in the beginning, stalling them until our team could get up the hill. You saw how useful it is to right side peek with the Cataphract. You're going to see that in almost all the Cataphract variants. And look at that. I didn't realize we did that well. 756 points of damage, 2 kills, and 6 assists. That's pretty damn impressive for something that's really just a hopped up version of a stock Cataphract 1X. I was saying that this is an old mech. I guess maybe they shouldn't have got rid of it because it still performs pretty well if you update it with some level 2 tech. And I really had a lot of fun with this thing, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So there you go, guys. Like I said, not too shabby in my humble opinion for what is essentially just a slightly upgraded stock Cataphract 1X. I think the thing performs just fine with just a few tweaks to a loadout, just because we're in the MechWar Online environment. So moving forward, you Hostile fans, I'm sorry, you're going to have to forgive me, but it's part of the history of the Cataphract. It's a very effective variant, so I can't really leave it out. The next variant we're going to cover is the Cataphract 3D. The 3D is, of course, the Davian variant, the ones that the Davians built when they captured the Cataphract factory in Tikhonov. So I can't really leave it out. Plus, it is one of the more effective Cataphract variants in MechWar Online. Now, I've covered this before, so I'm not going to waste too much time on this. I'll show you guys the summary and the build right quick, and then we'll dive straight into the gameplay. So here's the mech summary right quick. Essentially all we've done is we've dropped the 5th energy hardpoint in order to pick up a 2nd ballistic hardpoint. We do lose the turn radius in terms of our quirk, but we get an ultra autocannon jam chance reduction, a bigger laser duration bonus, but a smaller ballistic cooldown bonus, probably because you're intended to use UX with this thing. But if you take a look at the mech lab, as most of you guys probably know, I don't like running UX on this thing because they're mounted low and they're both on the right side. And there's just other mechs that I like to run UX on. So for this particular mech, I like to run the old school Pop-Tart build. 2 PPCs mounted up high in the torsos, backed up by a Gauss rifle in the right arm. Run 3 tons of ammo with it. I like the 4 jump jets because I do still Pop-Tart with it occasionally. And I run 2 medium lasers. I think 3 tons of Gauss ammo is enough. And I like having a little bit of backup weaponry in case somebody gets under the 90 meter minimum range of the PPCs. 10 points of damage is not much, but it's 10 points more than nothing. So you add that to the Gauss rifle, you get 25, and it's still, I mean, it ain't great, but it's a heck of a lot better than 15. So that's the loadout. Again, we've talked about it before in terms of modules. Radar depth. I actually run PPC range and cooldown in order to make my PPCs more effective and kind of more easily and effectively mesh with my Gauss rifle. And then for your last module, I actually stay back further in this mech, obviously. It's more of a support mech, so I don't run seismic. I'll actually run Gauss rifle cooldown as my last module in this particular mech. So that's it for the build on the Cataphract 3D. Let's take this thing out and see if I can make it work.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright, we should be able to do fairly well here in a Cataphract 3D in this setup. I mean, at the very least we can poke the PPCs, and the only thing I'm worried about is the Gauss rifle. It's very low, and if you saw the Victor video, the round in the Dragon Slayer, you know what it's like with a low slung Gauss rifle. It's a little bit wide. It can take some getting used to, but well, I guess we got an opportunity to talk a little bit about the 3D because it's kind of got a history of its own. You guys remember that song, "Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better"? That's pretty much like the motto of the song. This thing was made by the Davians solely to embarrass House Lao. It was produced right around 3050, probably a little bit earlier, following the capture of the Capellan Cataphract line on Tikhonov. And at least initially, there was a lot of success to it. Several units, including the Crucis Lancers, adopted this kind of their official mech just to kind of rub it in the nose of the Capellans even further. But following that kind of initial period of success, yeah, there wasn't a lot of positive vibes for the Cataphract 3D. And I attribute that to two things. First, historically, production quality in Tikhonov was not the greatest, and that's at least in part due to the fact that there were Capellan loyalists there that were sabotaging mech lines and deliberately working against the Davians there. But also, I think it's a case of they tried to cram in too much new technology into one mech just to kind of thumb their nose at House Lao and say, look what we can do. They upgraded the AC-10 to an LB-10X. They took out the PPC and put an AC-5 Ultra in just because the AC-5 Ultra was the new shiny thing. They crammed an XL-280 in there, and then they crammed in Hildco jump jets, which were made by the St. Ives Combat, a breakaway group of nations or planets from the Capellan Confederation. And again, didn't really need jump jets, maybe not, but they put it in there just to rub it in their noses a little bit more. And I think what you were left with was something that was very different from the 1X Cataphract and not really effective. The combination of two different ballistic systems on one 70-ton mech, I don't know how wise that was. And apparently some pilots agreed with me because after that initial flash in the pan, this thing just wasn't very successful. As a matter of fact, it eventually gets relegated to second line duty, and then just as like one last FU to House Lao, they actually sent it to the Crucis March Militia, which is militia units that are in FedCom territory, but right next to the border with House Lao. Just like a final FU, look, we don't even like your design. We decided it's only good enough for militia duty. So yeah, kind of a spotty history for the 3D, unfortunately. It's kind of a shame because I think had they really put a little bit more thought into it instead of just using it as a platform to embarrass the Capellans and show off all their new stuff, it probably could have been something a lot more. But it's kind of a weird way. It's like our heavies and lights, our mediums and lights all went right, and the assaults and heavies came out here with me to the left, and now we're kind of spread out all over the place, and this match is developing kind of weird. I really wanted to stay, off to the left where I had more ridges, but it looks like if we don't get out here, we're going to miss the fight, so this is really kind of developing oddly. Let's see what we got going on over here. Should be able to peek over this ridge, although I don't really want to get this. This is closer, actually, than I want to be. Hello. Mm-hmm. Yep, there's that Gauss rifle, that low-slung Gauss rifle. Just not quite high enough. We're going to have to rely on PPCs for now. Timberwolf there.
New target.
Take a little bit of that. Have that for us. What's going on back here?
Target acquired.
I don't really want to backtrack, but I feel like if I just let this guy roam around behind us, things are going to go from bad to worse. Look out, Kodiak. Man, I am out of practice with this arm-mounted Gauss rifle. Between the charge up, convergence, and just the fact that I'm shooting at quick max, like it takes a little bit of getting used to. Is there a UAV up there? That's gotta go. I hate to use my Gauss rifle to do it, but come on, come on, come on, gotta get this thing down. Line up the shot, make it count. There. I really didn't want to do that while we got these mechs staring at us, but it's bad enough with them staring at us. I don't want LRMs coming in too. You can see them flying. It's trying to save me and that Kodiak a little bit of LRM damage. Hopefully it helps. Ah, come on. Put a thumping on this Timberwolf. Oh, hello. Yeah. And this right here is why I have medium lasers. Get away. Get away. Did he lose his, yeah, we got his other arm off. Does he even have weapons? Be still. I need to get some breathing space, and I gotta target this guy. I don't think he's got weapons left, actually. I thought he was gonna die. No. Damn, how is he still alive? Target him. Oh, that's how they just targeted his arms and stripped him. Alright. We're gonna leave that guy then. Yeah, he's still not gonna die. Let's help our Marauder here. Leave that Ryokan alone for now. Come on. That's right, give me your back. I'll come up and take that. If we can just get his side torso off, I'm pretty sure this guy will go down. There we go, picked up the kill. I'll hit this hunchback here. Back off, I need some space. I don't want him to turn and run at me. I don't think he would. Uh-oh, just lost our Marauder. And we're starting to get hot. Take that.
New target acquired.
Getting a little hairy. Oh, hello, Kodiak. Ow. Ow.
Heat level critical.
I figured my backwards momentum would carry me down the hill. I wanted to get one last PPC shot in. Cool down a little bit, and then we'll...
New target acquired.
I thought we would pull in behind that guy and the Kodiak would keep going, but he stopped, so we had to back off again. Take that. Oh, come on. And that's game. Cap win. Oh, I guess I thought they were butchering our mediums and lights so they could cap behind them. I wasn't paying attention. They actually never actually capped. Or we had guys that went behind them and capped, so... Hey, look at that. That's not too bad. 649 points of damage, 1 kill, and 3 assists. That's not bad considering my spotty shooting and the fact that I haven't driven this mech in like forever. We'll definitely take that. It just goes to show what you can do when you're not in practice with this mech. I imagine if you guys put a couple of rounds in it, you can do it even better. But yeah, I'll take that. That's a pretty decent result in our Cataphract 3D. So there you go, guys. Like we said in the old school video, it may be an old build, but it's still very effective, despite me being woefully out of practice with the thing. And I imagine you guys can do even better with this build. So enough with the Davian Cataphracts. Let's get back to House Lao. We're going to finish this off with the most modern Capellan Cataphract in the game, the Cataphract 3L. So here it is, guys, the 3L Cataphract, the loyalty reward from the most recent loyalty reward giveaway. And you can see it done up here in the MWO House Lao scheme. I did change the, this was green, I changed it to gold to give it a little more color and put some emblems on it, but I think it looks pretty nice. Now if we take a look at this thing's hard points and quirk summary, you can see the 3L sticks a lot closer to the original 1X. 1 ballistic hardpoint, 5 energy hardpoints, and an AMS. It gets some nice structure bonuses. Again, no turn bonus, but it does get that torso turn rate bonus. It has decent ballistic quirks, range 10%, ballistic cooldown of 15%, and then this one has a pulse laser heat generation bonus of -5%. So not a lot in terms of quirk, and actually a little bit less than the 1X. Now if we take a look at the mech lab, you can see here that once again I really have not changed my Cataphract all that much. The 3L is pretty much exactly how it comes, a straight upgrade, a more authentic upgrade, if you will, to the 1X. My 1X already has an ER PPC, but historically the PPC was upgraded to an ER PPC, the AC-10 upgraded to an LB-10X, and the medium lasers upgraded to pulse lasers. Now this thing also includes an XL engine, which is a little bit different than the 1X. It's got that standard Vox 280. And the reason this thing has an XL is because you need the weight in order to fit the mask. The mask is what really makes this thing unique. If you guys don't know what that stands for, that's Minimer Acceleration Signal Circuitry. It allows you to do bursts of speed in your mech by pressing the appropriate key. And I've kept that too because I think it gives this mech some interesting flavor. Now you will note there's a lot of armor shaved off of this mech in order to make all that fit and make it run relatively cool. But I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. Even with the XL engine and the slightly lighter armor, I've actually had a lot of success and a lot of fun running this mech. In terms of modules, you guys, it's no surprise. While we still got on, I recommend you run Radar Derp. I run LB-10X range and then cooldown to get the most out of my LB-10X. And then because I do like to mix it up in this thing for my master module, I will use Advanced Seismic Sensor. So that's it for the build, guys. Let's take this 3L Cataphract out and let me see if I can run it through its paces for you guys.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright, let's see if I can do anything with this Cataphract they gave us as a loyalty reward. This is my first game in it. Actually, it sat for quite some time in my mech base because, well, I couldn't figure out what to do with the damn thing. I kind of already got Cataphracts that I like, and, well, the more I looked at it, I decided, what the hell, I'm going to try to play it basically just like it comes. Because, you know, there's a little bit of history to that, too. After the 3D and the kind of embarrassment that was, it took until like 3032 for the Capellans to get another Cataphract lineup. And then they finally updated that sometime around 3050. And when they chose to do their upgrade, they stayed much closer to the Cataphract 1X. Obviously, they upgraded the medium lasers, to pulse lasers, and PPC to ER, and AC-10 to LB-10X. Other than that, they really didn't do a lot. They crammed in, like we talked about, the XL engine for to make room for mask. But the idea was just to do a straight upgrade to the 1X rather than the abomination that the Davians really kind of did with it. So I'm going to give this thing a go just like that. Just to give you an idea of how important the Cataphract is to House Lao. By 3032 and from then well past 3050 into like probably 3055 when you finally start getting the Thunder and some other mechs. If you take all the heavy mechs in the Capellan Confederation, the Cataphract made up 25% or more of their heavy mechs. So yeah, this mech is a pretty big deal for the Capellans, and that's why I so strongly associate it with House Lao. And kind of closes out our history on the Cataphract as well, while we just wait on this to heat up and see what's going to happen here. There are some other variants, by the way. The 2X came out in one of the 4th Secession War battle packs, and it was just a firepower upgrade. I don't really want to run out there after this guy, but I would like to kill him. He's kind of annoying, and I don't want him coming in behind us. The 2X though never went into production. I'm sorry, it did. The 2X was not like, it wasn't mass produced. It was just like a variant, is what I'm trying to say. And then the other one, the ECM one, the OX, that's actually an official variant too. That's the one I was thinking of, that it never actually went into production. It was actually a very early prototype back before.
Acquired.
Oh, hello. You just come right up here in front of me. We will take that. Die. Come on, let's see if we can get this guy before he gets away. I don't think there's much out here. I'm going to go down here and try to finish this guy. Use our mask to get around. Oh, finally got him. Oh, right as I was lining up the shot. That sucks. And we'll hit our mask and get out of here. We don't want to hang out. Oh, hello. Some mechs down there. But we don't want to hang out down here in this valley. So you can see, yeah, the mask allows you to, for at least a limited time when they're already close to you, kind of cut off targets that might otherwise be able to get away from you. But yeah, the other variants, the ECM one, it actually is a real canon variant, although it was a prototype back before they had finalized Guardian ECM, and the Capellans decided they didn't want to invest any more resources into it, so it never existed outside the prototype phase. And there would be later variants as well of this mech that had stealth armor and so forth. So yeah, even if you don't like the mech, it does have a really intriguing history. And I figured it was time we got down here into this fight. But looks like the fight kind of evaporated. I was concerned that it was going to be over one way or the other without me. I get down here and it looks like they've all fallen back. Oh, hello, there's a dragon. Look out! I will have you, sir. Come here. I'll get his leg. He's hiding it from me. Can we get it when we come around here? Oh, somebody already got it. So we just gotta kill him now. He's going nowhere. Poor dragon. Die. Die! There we go. Took him long enough.
New target acquired.
Hello. Oh. No. Go forward. It almost scared me for a second, and then I realized he don't got nothing but LRM, so let's just jump on this guy. Kick his face in. I don't know if that's a very good build. Probably should have gone for smaller LRM launchers and a bigger engine. Where'd he get? There he is. Yeah, look how slow he is. That's questionable at best. Oh yeah. Good night. There's our second kill. Hello, spider. Oh, I thought I could get him with that PPC. Got a piece of his legs there with the LB-10X. Oh. Straighten out. Ah, I was trying to get him while he's hung up. Well, shit. Now I'm hung up. How do you get out from under this damn thing? Oh, well, look at that. I guess it worked out. Die. Oh, I thought I had his leg. There it goes. Yeah, you're screwed now, buddy. Hi. Mine. There's a third kill. Let's go over here and get a piece of this crab. Oh. Can we get him? Oh. Thought I had that guy. Huntsman. The boring end, actually. Take that. Oh yes, able to pick up the kill with the PPC. 4 kills, not too bad. Let's see what the scoreboard says. It's a whole lance of mechs anyway. That's not too shabby. 611 points of damage, 4 kills and 2 assists. and essentially a stock Cataphract 3L. I did not think it would do that well. I was sure that the lower armor on this thing would cost me dearly, but I actually didn't notice it. I think it held up pretty well. Definitely very maneuverable and a little bit more punchy than the 1X. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kind of exactly what it's supposed to be, and I actually enjoy it. That was fun. So there you go, guys. What do you think? Not too bad for an XL engine under armored Cataphract, right? And I just gotta say, it's really kind of fun running it the way it was intended to be run. Now, for those of you that may not happen to have the loyalty reward Cataphract, the 3L, you've got a lot of options. If you don't have a 3L, you can run an Ilya Muramet. That thing's great either as a DACA build or just running like 3 shotguns on it backed up by some medium pulse lasers. If you don't want to pay out for the Ilya Muramets, you can run the 4X. It's still, again, it's an old school build, but it's still a very effective DACA build. Just load that thing up with AC5s, AC5 Ultras, and you can have a lot of fun. Or probably the other variant that you will get the most out of is, I think it's the OX. It's the one that has ECM on it. And again, that's not a hard build to figure out. A lot of people will throw an AC20, a bunch of medium lasers, and ECM and go to town in that thing. That's effective. Or you can go with the Gauss rifle and a bunch of medium lasers just to give you a little more flexibility. That's effective as well. So with that, folks, I'm going to call the Cataphract video a wrap. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something about the Cataphract, both in terms of MWO as well as its interesting history. Now, one more thing, short announcement, guys. Unfortunately, this is probably going to be my last video for quite some time. I will be no later than this weekend in the CENTCOM AOR, so yeah, I'm leaving very soon, and the schedule's pretty busy. I got to do RFI, got to get some things from CIF, SRP, all that crap has got to be done, and then I will be on my way. So slight chance maybe I can get you guys, I don't know, just a plain old gameplay video between now and this weekend, but don't count on it. So again, I just wanted to say one last time, thank you guys so much for all your likes, your comments, and it's just been fun making videos and interacting with you here on YouTube. And if I can, I'll try to get you guys some stuff up actually from where I'm going if the infrastructure is there. If not, I'll at least leave you guys a message up in the discussion part of the channel, let you guys know I made it and what's going on and whatnot. And other than that, not much else I can do. I hope to see you all here on the channel when I get back, because I will be making videos on my return. So you guys be safe, take it easy, and again, thank you so much. It's been a blast, and I hope to hear from you all again very soon. So take care. We'll see you next time.